Welcome out, ladies and gentlemen. Just underway here in Cheyenne, Wyoming, as we get ready for women's soccer action now. Golden Eagle women taking on Casper College, trying to follow up what the men just did and get themselves their 5th win in Region 9 play in a row, as they are 4-1 and have won their last 4 matches, all by shutouts, including a 2-0 win over the Northwest College Trappers yesterday afternoon. Golden Eagles starters looking like this. Kiara Kershaw in net. Number 2 is Kate Ward on the defense. Number 5, Matisse Lorton is a forward. Reagan Adair is a freshman defender. Then Sophie Osmond and Macy Woolcock in the forward positions. Caroline Kuhn will be up in the front as well. Whitney Hansen, Erin Grease, Ellie Williams, and Delaney Notneris rounding out the starting 11 for Laramie County here at home, as they're continuing to put a little bit of pressure, working left to right on your video screens in the dark blue and golden uniforms. Kate Ward will fly one forward and goes into space past Macy Woolcock and down to the end line. Rolls out of play for a goal kick for Casper and Emma Swain, who's working in net for them. Swain, a sophomore goalkeeper, one of many on this Casper College team out of Utah. In fact, Utah dominates the lineup with about 20 of their players on the roster coming from Utah. They'll get possession of the ball near the middle of the field on a little dribbler, Valeria Hernandez. Loses it, though, to Woolcock, crosses it to the middle. Chipped around by Lorton. Now trying to make a run with it. Sophie Osmond has it pinball off of her shins and one of the Casper Thunderbirds, and Casper will delay for a moment, but is picked up by Kuhn on the far sideline. Kuhn will escort this one out of bounds. It'll be a throw once more for El Tripp. And they will try and put a little bit of pressure on as the ball goes down onto the end line. Played back and forth and out of play, and that's going to be a throw coming up for Casper College this time around from the far sideline. Men got the win, 2-1. A very important win over Casper in that matchup, as they end up moving to 4-1 in Region 9 play, and with a draw apiece for both Casper and Northeast Junior College, that puts the Golden Eagles into the driver's seat. As long as they don't lose a match the rest of the way in Region 9 action, that would make them your Region 9 champs in the regular season and give them the hosting right for the Region 9 championships right here at El Tripp. Women also in a similar boat. If they win this one, they would have the tiebreaker with Casper. Although Western Wyoming has the tiebreaker with them, they would still be in a bit more of a driver's seat. As winning out, that would give them the edge over these Casper Thunderbirds. Casper enters the game at 4-0 in Region 9 play, 7-3 overall. 41 minutes to go, deep ball to the right side. Macy Woolcock tracks it down, stays in play, and Casper will just free this one out to the sideline for a throw. Throw coming up, as that's going to be sent by Whitney Hansen in towards the box. Kind of sits in the middle of nowhere. Golden Eagles swarming with some numbers, as Sophie Osmond drops off to Hansen. Now Delaney Notner is playing up from the defensive back 3, playing kind of a center mid defender position today for the Golden Eagles. We'll see one rolled through and then cleared up to the right side edge. Taken in the back row. Cleared out there once again. I believe that Reagan Adair. No, excuse me, that is Kate Ward. The clearance on that play comes back to Ellie Williams, and she'll cross this one to the right, trying to find Macy Woolcock, and does. Macy trying to get the turn, boxed out well though by Casper College, and Yesel Navarro, the defender from Utah. Casper will try and counterattack with this one. They're a very patient team, Casper, already. Not necessarily trying to do a ton of deep balls forward, and that might play into the help for the Golden Eagles and give them some confidence against this team. Wind starting to pick up here in Cheyenne after it was actually pretty calm for the men's game. Yesterday, it was really the reverse. It was more calm for the women's game than it was for the men's game here on the campus of El Tripp. We're about 5 minutes gone by, still scoreless. Sub getting set to check on is Taylor Miller, the freshman from right here in Cheyenne. as the ball over on the far side is going to be cleared into the defense by Casper. And they'll settle on for some patience. Casper College, when you talk about the numbers coming into this one, players to look out for. Emma Getz, 8 matches, 5 goals, and 2 assists coming into the weekend. Of course, they got the win against Western Nebraska over the weekend. That was a 1-0 win in overtime yesterday. That was after they beat Western Nebraska the first time they played each other, 3-2. But even then, in that 3-2, that's not the one that counts. The one that counts, that was the one that counts. The one that counts is the one that was just played. So the loss to Western Nebraska, not as painful for Casper as the win is painful for Western Nebraska. Other similar scores. Casper only beat Lamar 2-0. They did beat NJC as well, 2-1. They canceled their matchup with Otero. So that one still yet to be played. If it should get rescheduled, that's a Region 9 contest, an important one. As Taylor Miller will sub onto the game for Sophie Osmond. Heads over to the bench for a quick breather and a drink of water. We saw cramping become an issue in the men's game towards the end of it, so expect hydration to be on the coaches' mindsets for both sides here in the early parts of this game, trying to make sure that it doesn't come back to bite them later. And we'll see how the substituting side of things goes as well. 38 minutes to go in the first half, still scoreless. Really only one push towards the goal. That came from the Golden Eagles about 4 minutes ago, and since then the two teams have been stuck in the midfield. Of course, the Golden Eagles under head coach Jim Gardner don't have to say much about that name. Is a Hall of Famer both at the high school level and the NJCAA level. He's taken the Golden Eagles to the national championships multiple times, 3 third-place finishes as a head coach for the Golden Eagles, and is the father of the program here for L Tripp on the women's soccer side of things. And he came in and stepped in as an interim role this year, and after a shaky start of 0-5, granted a very tough competition in the 0-5, the Golden Eagles have responded well and have moved to 4-1 in Region 9 play, and a win here would put them above Casper in the standings as they would have the tiebreaker. And both teams would be sitting at 4-1, or excuse me, 5-1 would be the Casper Thunderbirds after the win yesterday against Western Nebraska. Far side, the ball rolls over to it. It's going to be scooped up by the Golden Eagles again on the far edge. Macy Woolcock rotated sides to that edge. She's playing more in the middle after Osmond got subbed out. Loses the ball, and it's Casper on the attack. Alyssa Seach on the run, loses it on a good play by Whitney Hansen to clear the ball back into the deep right corner of the Casper defensive side. Golden Eagles starting to throw some numbers forward again to try and attack. Whitney Hansen with a slide tackle, forces the ball off to the right, and ends up sitting up onto the midfield where Casper ends up retreating once again. They'll try the deep ball this time. First time we've seen one over the top by either team. Tripp will clear it to the left, and it'll be Reagan Adair to take the big swing with her right foot. Scoots one to the near side, trying to find Woolcock. Pops up off of a Casper foot, and Woolcock nearly able to gain the edge. Instead, Casper dribbles it along the side, the center line with Yasel Navarro. And eventually it's going to be scooted back to the left where Kuhn chases it down. She's going to take it to the corner. We'll see if she attacks on her own. She does. Tries a cross. Actually, that was more of a shot off of the shins of one of the Casper Thunderbirds. And Casper will pull this one back over to the top of the half or midfield stripe. Casper having trouble just getting it out of their attacking or defensive half, and that's credit to the Golden Eagles. They have been throwing numbers forward, not afraid very much right now, putting some good trust in the defense, which has played stand out the last 4 games. 4 straight shutouts for the Golden Eagles. 4-0 against Central Wyoming. 5-0 against Lamar. 1-0 against NJC in double overtime, a golden goal. And then 2-0 against Northwest. Looking for their 5th straight win and 5th straight shutout. It's balled out south bounds. Will be a throw-in coming again for L Tripp. They'll get this one into the box. Popped up, nobody over on the right side though. Fords will be chased down by Whitney Hansen, but Casper will try and clear this one away. They're going to be patient again. Hansen forcing a double move by Alyssa Seach. Seach loses it as she runs into Delaney Notneris, and now over to the left edge, it'll be Lorton. Matisse with the right foot tries to send one into the box. Making the run at the ball there was Jackie Stokes, but Stokes just beat out by a white and red jersey who counters back to the middle. Casper on the run. They've got a through ball once again. That one's going to come up to the top of the box, and Kiara Kershaw out of net is going to scoop this one up for an easy pickup. Not really threatened there on the through ball, trying to find a way to get it to Cessia Swain on the run. Punt coming from Kiara Kershaw. Wind behind her. That one gives her an extra 5 or 6 yards. Ball picked up by Casper. They'll try crossing it to the left. Stolen away by Reagan Adair. Chips it to the middle. Taylor Miller drops one back. And Kate Ward will just free one up. Headed back to their side. That's where Ellie Williams makes the charge at the ball. But Golden Eagles continuing to keep Casper from getting any true deep possessions. I don't think Casper's held the ball for more than 15, 20 seconds at one sustained time in this game yet, and we're almost 12 minutes in. 33 minutes to go, still scoreless. The ball taken to the left, and Jackie Stokes will clear this one off of Yasel Navarro and out of play. Throw-in coming up for the Golden Eagles. Aaron Grease with the throw. Sends it up ahead to Matisse. High pop-up off of her left foot. The ball is going to be sent sailing into the goal box where it's handled easily by Rebecca Swain with not much of a push forward. 32-35 to go. Delaney Notneris takes this one in the midfield, and she'll send one sailing up to the right side. Jackie Stokes along the top edge of the box goes left. And on the end line, it'll be scooped up again by Swain for another punt away. We'll see if she punts. She's going to get her 2 shoes tied first, as clock continues to run while the shoe gets tied. And as that gets fixed, 32 minutes to go. And the punt will sail across the midfield stripe by a few yards and be rolled forward. Matisse Lorton has it at her feet, looks to her end line, and picked up by Kate Ward. Turns and spins to the right. Jackie Stokes has this one sail over her head. Chase to the ball is going to be won by Yasel Navarro, the defender for Casper, and she escorts it out of bounds for a throw for the Casper Thunderbirds. They'll send this one short. Back over to Navarro. Taken down to the right corner. Matisse Lorton looks for the cross, slides one short inside of the 18, and ends up rolling out towards the midfield stripe where Casper tries to get some momentum going back the other way. The Golden Eagles, as I said, are in a couple of through balls that went too far for any of the runners. They haven't had much time up in the attacking half. This time they play it backwards. Looking for someone to get it to is Sophia Henley. Tries the left. Mrs. Seach goes into the middle of the box, and it's going to be cleared away by the Golden Eagles. Not all the way away. It ends up being sailed wide by Sydney Hyatt. Just tried to put the big right foot into it, and not very accurate on the shot. Just trying to get something on Kiara to make her sweat a little bit. These Golden Eagles have been keeping her clean so far in the back end. 30 minutes and 36 seconds to go. Kershaw is going to have the goal kick here. Off of the kneecaps of one of the Thunderbirds to keep it there on their possession. Golden Eagles dropping back 6. Picked up by Osmond, who was the final one to drop back. Goes to Hansen. Hansen frees it to the left side. Taylor Miller fires one forward, or gets it at her feet, I should say, after Adair fired it forward to her. Kuhn. Back to Kuhn from Matisse Lorton as she gets bumped over. Officials letting them play right now in this matchup with 29:56 to go, scoreless still. By the way, we had the women's volleyball team in action this afternoon. They were up in Powell, Wyoming. Ended up falling in that one 3-0, 25-16, 25-19, 25-16. That was after an amazing match last night against Central Wyoming where they almost took down the number 12 Rustlers in 5 sets. Forced it to a 15-13 fifth set, no less. That said a lot about where that team is continuing to grow. 2 very tough teams this weekend and very good results, I think, to play 8 sets with 2 teams that have both won double-digit games. So the volleyball team will be coming back, and they're at home next weekend, or this weekend upcoming. So they've got some important matchups. Casper College will be down in town for them then. Ball's going to be sailed to the near side, and we'll see what Casper can do here. Casper on the soccer side of things here right now. And the Golden Eagles looking for the sweep on the men's and women's game after a 2-1 victory for the men earlier this afternoon. And that was important. This one just as important as these 2 teams fighting for the top of the Region 9 standings. To the right side, Hansen slips one out to Kuhn. Kuhn has switched from the left side back to the right side now, takes it into the box herself and is going to end up chased down by a pair of Casper College Thunderbirds. Yesel Navarro, one of them, and also there was Brenna Bronson. Throw-in will come from Aaron Grease. Tries to find Matisse. She's going to use the right foot to poke it to Kuhn. Heads it into the box. Matisse chases it down. Now Sophie's got it at the top and looking to try and find Jackie Stokes on the left side. Stokes just a little bit late to get to that one. A bit too much pace on the ball, and the ball goes sailing to the end line for a goal kick. Good look, though, again by the Golden Eagles, who for the first 17 minutes have dominated possession. Really, Casper hasn't had a ton of control of the ball as Matisse Lorton's going to sub off. Macy Woolcock returns to the field as the freshman from Essex, England, will get back up into that attacking mid. Actually, near side. Navarro clears it again. She's been busy in the backfield as the Golden Eagles have been attacking the wings quite a bit. This time the Golden Eagles will try the other side. Valeria Hernandez is going to try and settle down in front of the attack. Osman looking to her left. Finds Jackie Stokes attacking. She sends one sailing up and wide left of the goal. Threatens it a little bit, but still a lot of pressure being put on by the Golden Eagles so far as this team looking to try and pick up the early lead, and they've kept the momentum up throughout this game. That's a credit to the conditioning. That's been something they've been working on all season long. We talked about that with head coach Jim Gardner. He said that's been one of the big focuses for the team after a little bit of a late start in the fall season. They did not necessarily start with where they needed to be in the conditioning, and he said that they've caught that up, and that's important, especially in the game of soccer where you want to try and keep your team as fresh as possible in doubleheaders like this, and they were able to do that a little bit. They were able to get into their bench a bit yesterday against Northwest, especially with the late goal that they got to open things up a little bit more. Right side, Kuhn has that ball sailed just past her foot and out of play. 26 minutes to go, still scoreless. And it is going to be a throw coming in for Casper. This one sent to the right and rolls to near the midfield stripe. Aaron Grease fights to win the ball. She's going to get into some space, takes it to her left. Sophie opens up for a moment. That one sails a little bit wide. Trying to do something with it at her feet is Caden Hyder. Hyder takes it to the left. Grace Connor now on the run for Casper. Sends it too deep, though, and quickly spoiled on the run by Casper. This is only the third time they've made deep penetration into the Golden Eagles defensive half. Really haven't had a whole lot of burst into that side because of the pressure that they've been seeing from El Trip. Wind continuing to pick up here. As steadily has been growing. We've got a couple of moments when it's died down, but for the most part it's stayed pretty consistent as the Golden Eagles will clear out one on the cross, and a shot onto the right side slips through the hands and the gloves of Kiara Kershaw, but she's able to keep it off net. That one kind of one of those floaters that just didn't have a lot of pace to it, but just went towards the goal, and Kershaw handled it well in order to keep that one away. First shot for Casper in the match, and it's on net, on goal, and we'll have a corner coming up. Cross coming up. Taking it, Sydney Hyatt's going to put this one into the box. Line drive and headed into the ground and just picked up and floated over the top of the defense this time, and that was Ellie Keetering. Trying to get that one through. Hustles back to her defensive side, and I apologize, it wasn't Keetering, it was actually Alexis Jennings coming up to play in there. Tough to see the tops and bottoms of the numbers for Casper, as the red numbers on the red and white stripes, you can kind of catch the middle of the numbers, so if I have some discrepancies on who I say, I apologize for that, as when they get to the far side of the field, it makes it a bit harder to kind of catch those numbers, as Casper, they're making you say their names a lot right now, as they're putting a little bit more pressure on the Golden Eagles here in the final 25 minutes. They've possessed the ball more in the last 3 in the Golden Eagles defensive half, and Delaney Notners is going to check back into the game to try and add a bit more of a physical presence into that back end. It's definitely the strongest of the Golden Eagles so far, and kind of takes that intimidator role for L Tripp. 3 seconds to go as the ball's going to roll out. Substitutions will check on. And Notners will check on for Taylor Miller. So Notners is going to stay in the center defensive mid. The Golden Eagles will move up Hansen, it looks like. Hansen gets to the ball. Notners goes to her right, tries to find Sophie and does. Sophie for Hansen, a little bit behind her on the pass, and Casper looking to counter. 22 minutes to go here, first half. Ball chipped up by Sarah Sella, excuse me. We'll jog it back over to the right. Now Emma Getz comes up to put some pressure on. See, I think that was Emma Getz initially. On the right, now another push to Alexis Jennings, as the Golden Eagles will chase that one all the way to the keeper, Rebecca Swain, and 21 minutes to go. Casper punts one back to the midfield again. Matisse Lowerton set to check back in for L Tripp. They've been a bit more free with their substitutions so far in this first half than Casper has. As back the other way comes Casper trying to counter after a physical tackle. Refs have really been letting the two sides play, and a nice save by Kiara Kershaw gets her body into the way of a breakaway. Cross into the box is going to be helped out in the back of the box by, I believe, Reagan Adair. No, that's Kate Ward, and Kate Ward helps save another goal. 2 brilliant defensive moves by the Golden Eagles playing together back there. The ball floats up. It'll be Sarah Sella dumping this one to her left to Yasel Navarro. Cross into the box. Cleared to the left of the 18, and a run for Caroline Kuhn to come up and provide a little bit of help. It rolls out of bounds for a throw in for Casper. That was a little bit heart pounding if you are a Golden Eagle on the push there by Casper. And another one on the corner of the box. Kiara Kershaw this time secures the ball, and she'll wait for everybody to clear out of the 18 for her to get some breathing room and send this one back to the midfield stripe. All you needed to do was survive that if you were L Tripp, and they did just that. Punt goes well deep into the midfield, headed by Macy Woolcock. It's going to be cleared a bit by Casper, but Sophie Osmond gets back to it, turns her right foot into it, but not much power behind that attempt, and it's going to roll up into the hands of Rebecca Swain for another punt from the Casper keeper into the wind. Knocks it down to Notners. Delaney hands off with Hansen at the feet. Now back to Delaney in the left side in space, and now back to Whitney. Came a catch between the two with their feet. Grease gets it now. Aaron goes left. The ball's going to be rolled back to Hansen. Hansen can't hold on to it for much time, and this time it's going to be taken down to the end line. Casper's trying to take it out wide with Saracella. Crosses it, top of the box, but it goes well wide. Jackie Stokes pops this one up. Now Sophie Osmond surveys this one and watches it go to Wilcock. I thought it was going to go to Sophie, but the spin on the ball took it the wrong way. And the wind also helped push it further up the field. Golden Eagles will take it. They can throw some numbers forward. Caroline Kuhn inside of the box, tripped up. No call from the ref as they're going to say play on again. They're just letting these two teams go at it right now. Both teams have been playing physically right now, and the officials have been saying, just let it go. 19 minutes to go. Ball sent up into the box again, and a one-timer tried by Macy Woolcock goes up over the top of the net for another goal kick coming up for the Casper College Thunderbirds. Casper College hoping not to get swept here today as the men's team lost 2-1. For their first official loss in Region 9 play, they dropped to 4-1-1. That puts them in a tie with Northeastern Junior College, and we're not sure where the standings are right now, but the one thing that holds true is the clock needs to stop right now. And the official coming over to the near side, and looks like conversation being had over here with head coach Jim Gardner. And a yellow card is going to be given to Jim. And that is here in the 27th minute. And arguing for his team. And I'm not necessarily, the officials letting them play. And the physicality has been different from what you saw in the game previous to this. And has not been different, I should say, in the game previous to this one. And I think he's saying, call it a little bit more because they're just letting them go out there and they haven't really blown many whistles all game long, as far as from what he's trying to say. And like I said, to see a coach arguing for his team there on the sidelines and making the officials aware. 18 minutes to go here, first half of play. As the throw is going to go left, over the top it goes. Kate Ward on the sideline just keeps it in, is going to fire one deep. Matisse Lorton on the run trying to get to the break. Held up just a little bit as she saw Madeline Souza getting over to the ball, and the ball's going to be cleared for a throw for El Tripp. It'll be taken by Caroline Kuhn, goes to Matisse. And out of play, that ball goes. Matisse trying to tightrope the sidelines, couldn't quite keep it in. And El Tripp will give another throw to Casper this time, but they're going to keep numbers forward, trying to keep the pressure on the Casper College Thunderbirds. 17 minutes and 27 seconds to go. Throw will be coming from Yesel Navarro, trying to go to the line and goes over the top of the intended target. Caroline Kuhn gets it back from Delaney Notneris for quite a long time, and Casper trying to respond back. We'll just keep it, but like I said, El Tripp hounding every single one of these defenders when they have the ball. They're throwing numbers forward, being aggressive. Everybody going up and being a part of the attack right now, just like when they had to collapse on defense there earlier in that scary moment at about 10 minutes ago. Everybody collapsed back on defense. This is a true team effort by the Golden Eagles. All popped up by Delaney Notneris on a slide tackle, but it stays with the Casper College Thunderbirds. They try to push into the attacking third, and they'll eventually get there with Sarah Silla. Sella tries the cross. It'll be cleared away, though. And Caroline Kuhn, missing on a header, sees the Casper College Thunderbirds are turned back the other way. Spin move. Navarro trying to get it back to the middle. Sees Sophie Osmond come forward, nearly wins the ball, but stays with Casper. And now Alexis Jennings tries to send one sailing down the left. Ball loose up at the top of the box, sailed to the wide left of the upper post, and very scary moment there for El Tripp before nearly surrendering the opening goal for Casper. That's another one. This one not quite as scary as the first opportunity, but keeper was again one-on-one with Reagan Peterson. Excuse me, that's not Peterson, that's Grace Connor. As Connor comes back this way, just missing on an opportunity to give Casper the opening lead. Golden Eagles See if they can take advantage of it. Casper hasn't possessed the ball long, but their counterattacks have come very close to coming away with points. Reagan Adair on the far side has the ball slipped away from her by Halia Missling-Darden. Stays with the Golden Eagles on the throw, and with 15 minutes to go in the game, we're still scoreless as they try to once more get that pressure built forward onto Casper. They dump it forward, and the numbers move up ahead as well. Into the box. This ball chipped up into the wind. It's got some backspin to it, and that keeps it in the Casper attacking half. Or excuse me, the Golden Eagles attacking half as Grease comes forward, finds Kuhn. Caroline trying the line, sees that one tipped away. She was looking to get it to Taylor Miller and ends up along the right sideline. Now another throw forward. Is going to see Taylor Miller on the end line just a little bit late, and we go to a goal kick again. 14:36 left. Set to send it away is going to be Rebecca Swain. To the near side. All trapped down at the feet by Isel Navarro. Golden Eagles get it back though. Matisse Lorton tries the right side. Caroline Kuhn again just a little bit too far out in front of her and can't get to it. 14:07 to go. Jogging on, Alyssa Seach will replace the tired legs of Grace Connor to give her a break. I think that's the first time she's subbed out since she subbed in. And Alyssa Seach back onto the field after she got her breather. Casper trying to get some more starters back onto the field after they've seen the Golden Eagles start to react and respond to the subs that they had put out there. Taylor Miller over to the left side. Looks for Notnerus. No, now goes into the middle. She has Caroline Kuhn, top of the box, cuts into the middle. Caroline ends up getting run through, and that is going to be a whistle. We got a penalty kick again. Caroline Kuhn earns the PK, chased down from behind. I believe it was either Yasel Navarro who got her from behind or Madeline Souza. Either way, Kuhn earns the PK here in the 32nd minute. And the PK will be taken. Actually, they're talking, the captain, Sidney Hyatt, talking with the head ref, and he's not having any of it, as they're going to have Taylor Miller take the free kick, or the PK. So Taylor's got the opportunity for the goal. Steps over to the right side, 13-16 to go, and the Golden Eagles looking for the lead. Taylor checks left. Jogs up, tries the right, just off of the glove of the keeper and into the net. And L. Tripp takes the opening advantage in the 32nd minute with the penalty kick goal by Taylor Miller. Strong play for the Golden Eagles, continued pressure by the Golden Eagles. You knew at some point in time they were going to get something onto the scoreboard. And that is exactly the case as they end up breaking through for the 1-0 lead. And look to keep the pressure on, I'm sure. Shutout intact, lead intact, everything going according to plan here at Laramie County Community College here in this first half of play. Golden Eagles will watch Casper get things restarted. Casper still seeing the pressure forward, and I'm assuming the Golden Eagles are going to put even more pressure onto Casper as the game goes on now that they've got that lead, especially in this half. Casper to the right side. Taylor Miller gets this one first, though. Pulls the ball near the midfield and crosses it back to Grease. Big boot into the attacking box, and it takes a big bounce to the keeper, Rebecca Swain. Go over to the near sides. Sophie heading in, as well as Macy Woolcock, both returning to the field for L Tripp. And the Golden Eagles will continue to pound the numbers forward and getting a few more attacking members that can make some goals up into the front field. To the left, Ellie Williams. Has the ball picked away from her, and eventually it goes to Emma Getz, who's subbed back onto the field for the Casper College Thunderbirds after the goal was surrendered. 11:23 to go here, first half of play, and a 1-0 lead for L Tripp here at home. Cross to the near side, Kuhn. Looking ahead, has Matisse Lorton. And rolled back outside to Aaron Grease. Left side, Woolcock. There's a little tap to the far side. They try and find a crosser. Numbers forward into the box. Woolcock drops it back again to Delaney. Delaney goes back forward, trying to get Woolcock on a run. And instead it goes to the left side, where Jackie Stokes, I believe, on that far side, or Reagan Adair, one of the two, cannot get to the ball. Trouble catching the number in the face and the glare on that one. That is Reagan Adair coming back this way. She goes back to her midfield spot. Corner kick for the Golden Eagles. First corner of the game, I believe, for them. With 10-12 to go. Ball will be sent short. Kuhn tries one. Right side, up into the upper right corner. What a strike from the top corner of the 18 for Caroline Kuhn in the 35th minute. And L Tripp takes the 2-0 lead on the Casper College Thunderbirds. You couldn't have placed it any better if you put it onto a dime. That was beautiful from Caroline Kuhn. And 3 minutes after the first goal of the game on a penalty kick, L Tripp gets themselves even more breathing room over the Casper College Thunderbirds. So Casper trailing 2-0 now with 9:43 to go. As their backs against the wall early in this one, as the floodgates have started to open. The doors cracked on the floodgates, but we'll see if they continue to see that continue to build up in these late minutes of the first half. Throw-in coming up for L Tripp as they keep that pressure building up. Ball's out of bounds to the near side. This is something good to see from the Golden Eagles because we've talked so much about how good their defense has been. The offense has been getting better as the season's gone on as well. It's kind of the reverse case for the women as far as what the men have been dealing with. Men, it's been the defense which has been getting better and stronger as the season's gone on. The women, it's been the offense that has been getting better and stronger as the season's gone on. And just another case to it. They're starting to figure out what each other can do well and how to use each other for the best moments in the course of the game. Ball sent forward. Golden Eagles trying to get onto another run here in these final 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Up 2-0 now against the Casper College Thunderbirds, looking for the victory. 8 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the first half. Casper on the run as they try to counter, looking to get something up on the board. The Golden Eagles will drop back the defense with 6, 7, 8 going back behind the midfield line. Only one staying up top. Only two staying up top are Kuhn and Lorton as the ball rolled up to the keeper and easily handled by Kiara Kershaw in net. That's her third save of the game so far. Nothing bigger than the chest save that she made earlier on in the game and got the help inside from Kate Ward on the goal line. And really the only two shots that the Casper College Thunderbirds have had power behind and truly made you sweat a little bit was something that was lined up off of a foot. And those two shots that were back-to-back, L Tripp hasn't really seen much pressure from Casper that's threatened them because of the way the defense has played. Casper's been over there. They've gotten some shots on goal, but again, credit to the L Tripp defense on the way that they've played so far in this one. 7:07 to go with a 2-0 lead. Looking not only for the 5th straight victory, but how about 5 straight shutouts with those victories in the way that this team has played. Ball's going to be taken by Casper on another counterattack after they were able to intercept a couple of passes from the Golden Eagles. Ball goes left to Sophia Henley, trying to get in the middle, ends up seeing one chased down by Kiara Kershaw in the back right corner of the box. 6:37 to go. Punt from Kershaw. Sails over the midfield line. Matisse Lorton settles it. Gets cut off from the ball by Alyssa Seach, who tries to play it to some space. Erin Grease, though, wins the race to the ball and is able to force Cessia Swain to slow things down. Notnerus comes up again. She helps out a little bit with Sophia Henley, who can't possess the ball. Back out to Sophie Osmond. Osmond will try the left side. Long run. Cuts back to the middle. She tries to place one in, looking to get it over to Woolcock on the left wing. Now Woolcock is in some space and does get the ball. Macy with a chance to cross something in. Couple players for options, and she'll slide one along the end line, but Rebecca Swain gets to it before Matisse Lorton, who was the intended target, can get there, and the ball stays with Casper with 5:39 to go and counting here in the first half. Right side, Woolcock jumps up, heads this one away. Matisse comes over to play some shadow defense, and the ball's going to be rolled back over to the right. A little bit of a shocker here in the early going. 2-0 L Tripp on top. Not the shocker that the Golden Eagles are winning, but the fact that the goals kind of opened up, and really Casper with the 7-3 overall record and a 4-0 record in league play. They've been strong, but the Golden Eagles have been stronger, and overall record not really saying a whole lot right now because the Golden Eagles at that 5-4 or 4-5 record are the underdogs coming into this game. They're not playing like it, and you didn't expect them to. 4:44 to go. Subbing out Getz will get a replacement as she heads over to the bench for Casper. Again, she's the leading goal scorer for Casper. Nearly another chance for L Tripp as Swain just able to dive onto one in front of Macy Woolcock to keep the ball from the Golden Eagles' #2 scorer on the season. Ball rolls to the left. Golden Eagles defense will respond with Ellie Williams. Ellie looks to the middle. She's trying to find somebody deep down the left side, over the top and away from Macy Woolcock, and Swain once more gets to this one as she'll take it at her feet, rolls it into the box, and scoops it up for a punt. Line drive punt this time, bounces at the midfield stripe. Adair. Ball at her feet, takes it all the way to the sideline, spins around, sees it to Hansen, now Miller. Taylor looks up ahead to Matisse Lorton. Back to Grease. Aaron's going to try the middle once more with Whitney Hansen. Golden Eagles just possessing right now, waiting for that opening to file itself away and take advantage of it. That's how they've gotten a couple of their good looks on net so far. Matisse Lorton just has a player step in the middle. Alyssa Seach there with the interception, but Casper once more runs into Erin Grease, who, I'll tell you what, you talk about that back end line. She has been so good for the Golden Eagles on the backside for them so far this year. Grease, a COVID sophomore in her 3rd year, and it shows that she's definitely one of the leaders on this team. Not just in experience, but in the way she plays, and the rest of the defense kind of jumps on her back when it comes to the way they play. They see how she plays, they see how Delaney plays, those two, the sophomores in that back line, and they both end up making some big moves to help out with the confidence. Throw coming up for Casper College on the right side. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Cross goes right. Now it's Sophie Osmond. Gets it to Matisse. Looking for a cross. Matisse shifts direction, gets it to Sophie. Look at the net in the top left corner, sails just a little bit wide. Good look, good attempt. Was on point height-wise, just a little bit wide to the left of the goal. And with 2:13 to go, we've got another goal kick coming up for Casper College. Swain sets it up in front of her. Jogs up. Spinning ball is going to bounce at the feet of one of the Thunderbirds on the far side. I'll try and get onto the run, but the ball's chipped out of play for a throw-in by the Golden Eagles defensive backs. 1 minute and 43 seconds to go. Woolcock takes the interception for the Golden Eagles, and she'll look to cross this one. Sees Jackie Stokes making the run. Stokes jousting for the ball with a Thunderbird. Can't get it from Navarro, and Casper with the last gasp trying to get something up the field to get another look on goal. They don't want to go in down 2-0, but El Trip just continuing to keep the ball away from the box. Nothing near the 18 right now. Out to the near side comes Valerie Hernandez. Holds it to the left. Alyssa Seach trying to find somebody making a run. Sends one rifling past Kate Ward. Kate Ward sees that one picked up by Sarah Sella. Sella drops it back out to the left corner with 54 seconds to go. Cross into the box. Deflected away with the left foot. And the Golden Eagles will try to counter themselves as Macy Woolcock on a run down the sideline. The freshman from England taking it all the way to the box herself. She's got some options if she wants to, and she ends up going down top of the box. And no call from the officials on that one. Chased down from behind. 30 seconds to go. Back to the Golden Eagles, though. They keep possession. Woolcock takes it on the end line. Spins around with 23 seconds. Plenty of time to find something here with the ball in this position. Sophie Osmond beats her defender. Crosses one short. Hansen is going to be the closest Golden Eagle by the time it comes off of the Casper Thunderbirds, and they'll bring it back over to the left side with 8 seconds to go. Casper now with their own opportunity, trying to bring this one up the field, and that's going to do it, as they can't get anything near the net in time as the horn sounds, and we go to the second half. How about this? The Golden Eagles leading this one 2-0. We'll be back with more coming up here in the Golden Eagle Athletics Network. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back out to Laramie County Community College. Getting set up for interviews here. Head coach Fernando Perez will be joining us on the mic in just a moment. Catching breath as well, lots of stuff going on. But we are joined right now with head coach Fernando Perez from the LCCC men's soccer team. And coach, can't say anything about the win other than huge for you guys in this one. Oh, we're having some technical difficulties. Oh, I know what it is. There we go. There we go.
That's my fault.
Joined here with head coach Fernando Perez here at halftime. Coach, massive win for you guys in the game today. Talk about getting the 2-1 win over Casper, especially come from behind.
No, it was great. It was a great effort for the guys for 90 minutes. I mean, you could see it on the field to the last second. I mean, they earned it and they deserved the win.
We're going to talk about that too. Danny Barajas, his third 2-goal game of the year. He's so good at not only just finding himself open spaces, but finding other teammates in that too, because he distributes the ball just as well as he finds it for scoring.
No, he does well. He works for the team, and he believes in what we're doing here. So, I mean, that's what makes it even better.
How proud are you of the team to continue to stay in your guys? I know you guys like to build up out of the back a lot. It's not a throw it forward and try and get something that way every single second, but how proud of you were the guys when they went down 1-0 to stick to what you guys do best?
I mean, we overcame the adversity, and that's the biggest thing. It's soccer. It could go one way for first half, and then completely the other way it could shift, the second half. But, we did it for 90 minutes in the first and the second half, so it was great.
Well, we'll move on to next week. You guys leave Region 9 play for a little while. Eastern Florida State College coming in on Friday. West Texas on Sunday. Two big both ranked in the top 20 right now. Two big matches for you guys.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we need to respect our opponents that are coming here. They're nationally ranked, but, we're going to get back to work on Monday and then, go from there.
What's the biggest thing that you still want? It's so easy to find the good things out of a win, but as a coach, what are some of the things you still are looking at this team to get better at as the season goes on in these final couple weeks?
I would have to say, finishing more goals. But the ones we get, they're quality, so we'll just continue with that.
The opportunities are always there, and Coach, we appreciate taking some time.
All right, thank you.
That's Coach Fernando Perez taking some time to talk with us. We're hoping to track down Danny Barajas, who scored the 2 goals today, but a great win for the Golden Eagles. We're going to take another break, and we'll either have Danny Barajas coming up in a moment, or we are going to have the second half of the women's game in about 8 minutes and change here on the Golden Eagle Athletics Network. Welcome back out, ladies and gentlemen. As we hoped and got him, Danny Barajas coming back as 2 goals again today, Danny, and you guys end up coming away with the 2-1 victory over Casper. First of all, how big is it for you guys to get the win on against Casper?
Nah, it was a huge rivalry.
Oh, perfect. All right,
Nah,
try.
it's a huge game. You know, it's one of our biggest rivalries here in our region, and it was great to come up top and take the win.
And you talk a little bit about what what your game has been. Third 2-goal game for you on that side of things. I know you get some help from your teammates in that side, but what do you see when it comes to scoring? Where does that come from? Your natural talent with that?
First I'm gonna give credits to my teammates. You know, they're the ones that put me in this spot for me to score and just finish the game. But I like scoring, I like assisting, so my job's to finish and probably win some games for the team. But props to my teammates.
Now, one of the other big things, the defense. You guys have improved so much on defense, and part of that is everybody working together on the defensive side. How much work has been put in by you guys as a team on the defensive end?
No, they've been working. They know what they gotta work on, and it's huge that they stepped up the game and just been winning headers, been organized, been giving us directions in the midfield. But it's been good. Proud of them.
You guys are 1 game below 500 now, right on the cusp of that, and a chance to really prove where you are in the season this next weekend coming up against Eastern Florida and West Texas. I won't ask you about what you need to do in those games, but how excited are you for that challenge late in the season to get more ranked teams after the early season didn't go the way you wanted it to?
No, I'm really excited. You know, playing against top 10, top 20 teams in the nation, it's experience, helping us for the region to gain some knowledge from those teams so they're ranked, and for us to make us better. But we take it game by game.
Danny Barajas, ladies and gentlemen, 2 goals today for the Golden Eagles. And Danny, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
We'll take another break. When we come back, second half action coming your way between the Golden Eagles and Casper College on the women's side. They lead at 2-0 here on the Golden Eagle Athletics Network. Getting ready for second half action. Welcome back once again to Laramie County Community College. I'm Caleb Berggraf. Big thanks to Fernando Perez for joining us there in the halftime show. Gave us a taste of what the Golden Eagle men were thinking after their big win. Hopefully do that continuing on through the year as we continue to see the Golden Eagles hopefully have success here in 2022 in the fall. And Golden Eagle women looking to kind of keep their success going. They're up 2-0 as we enter the second half of action here on the Golden Eagle Athletics Network. They'll start off with possession, working right to left now on your video screens. Almost slipped into my old career. Radio dials. Right side, they'll try and send one deep. Caroline Kuhn immediately puts the pressure on, and Casper's forced to kind of flail one back to the midfield stripe. Sophie Osmond keeps that pressure up, and Casper survives to make a small push. They'll go right side. Just underway here, second half. Happy for those of you tuning in and watching along here with us this afternoon. Hopefully you've been here all afternoon and watched the brilliant game by the men earlier today. 2-1 victory and chance to continue their success against some ranked teams and maybe get themselves back up into those national rankings with the games next weekend. So plan it on your calendars. 1 o'clock on Friday, 10 o'clock on Sunday. As those games will be on the 30th and the 1st of October, the 29th and the 1st of October coming forward, or 2nd of October, I apologize. We also got volleyball coming back home, so they're going to be in town. Casper College and I believe Western Wyoming, but do not quote me on the second team yet as far as the schedule is concerned. Pull that up really quick on the computer in front.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's been like that all day.
As 43 minutes to go, ball kind of gets stuck into the middle of the field here at L Trip. And the schedule shows it is Western Wyoming coming in on October 1st. Quick road trip to Eastern Wyoming on the 7th, and then volleyball will be back home against Central Wyoming and Northwest College on the 14th and 15th, and close out the home schedule with Eastern Wyoming on the 28th. Of course, Tuesday they got their road trip to Western Nebraska, take on the Cougars, the second of two matchups in that regular season battle. Golden Eagle volleyball dropping their two matches this weekend. Central Wyoming a 5-setter, and the 3-setter today, 25-16, 25-19, 25-16 to Northwest. Definitely not how they wanted it to happen, but unfortunately that is the result. 42-41. Snaps a 6-match winning streak for the Golden Eagles. Ball's going to be floated out to the left. Matisse Lorton takes it just outside of the box. Spins over to the top. Tries to take one in and off of the right post. Just a terrible deflection in terms of the Golden Eagles. Thought it was going to bounce into the left corner, and it ends up just going off of the post and took the angle somehow to bounce wide. No clue how that one did not go in. I have never seen a ball bounce that way before. That is surprising to say the least. The Golden Eagles, millimeters we'll call it, from going up 3-0 on Casper. 41 minutes and 53 seconds to go. Matisse Lorton looking for her, I think that would have been her first goal, second goal of the season. That one found its way into the back of the net, so close to getting in there for the Golden Eagles. As their pressure has continued to stay there with the Casper Thunderbirds, and Casper so far not really many great answers to what the Golden Eagles have been doing to them. 41 minutes and 25 seconds to go as Ellie Williams and the Golden Eagle defense watch the ball sail out of bounds on the right side, or roll out of bounds I should say. And Casper will take this one back forward. Back to the right sideline. Taken by Yacel Navarro. Excuse me, that actually is Grace Connor. The 2 and the 7 kind of blurring together. And the Golden Eagles on another run. Physical play still being allowed as one of the Casper Thunderbirds goes down. Caroline Kuhn chases the ball down. Casper will briefly relieve the pressure, but Delaney Notneris gets to the ball first. Over to Whitney Hansen. Whitney looks backwards and finds Aaron Grease, now Notner's. Drop back again, and Kate Ward this time is going to put the right foot into it, pops it up, pooched over to Sophie Osmond. And Osmond trying to battle with a Casper Thunderbird, gets boxed out as Casper looks to counterattack the other way. Turned around by Cessia Swain. And down into the right corner for space to Sophia Henley. Out of play it goes, throwing coming up for the Golden Eagles. Good crowd on hand over on the far side. 2-0 Golden Eagles leading here with 40 minutes to go in the game, 50 minutes through. Sophie Osmond checks out. Not see who subbed in for her. It's Taylor Miller now that I get to look at her at the field out there. The Golden Eagles trying to keep the defensive wall up in front of Kershaw as they do that, and the ball's going to be sent sailing wide to the right now. Out to the right side. Kuhn just clears this one away from space, and Golden Eagles defense will have to fade back again to try and hold off another attack. Still leading 2-0 though. Again, they have that cushion. You don't want to rely on the cushion necessarily, but you're not necessarily saying that's a horrible thing to have behind you. 39 minutes and 14 seconds to go. Right side. Ball rolled into space again, and chasing it down is going to be Grace Connor looking for a crosser. In the box off of her own teammate's side. Ends up dying still in the box. Golden Eagles have some work to do to get it cleared. Reagan Adair tries once, tries twice, now gets it to Taylor Miller. Caught on the sidelines herself. Taylor not wanting to go backwards with it, just holds at her feet. And it's rolled off of the chest of another one of the Casper Thunderbirds, and the wind, as it picks up again, starting to, well, not starting to, it's going to continue to play some havoc with this game and make things a little bit interesting whenever the ball goes up into the air, and also makes things a little bit interesting with how the teams approach the attacks. Left corner, Aaron Grease with the ball. In the box, deflected back over to Kiara Kershaw. And a good job by the defense for the Golden Eagles again. That was Ellie Williams with the deflection to Kershaw. And the score stays 2-0 thanks to the good defensive push by the Golden Eagles. Matisse Lorton sees the ball bounce over her head on the heading attempt. Now a sprint down to the right side. Kuhn from well outside, just wide of the box to the right side of the goal. Oh my goodness, another one just missing for the Golden Eagles on a brilliant attempt. Ball's going to be sent back down into the middle. And trying to get in. This time they will. Matisse Lorton finds the back of the net in the, do some math in my head, 52nd minute to pick up the goal, and the Golden Eagles up 3-0 after Matisse with her first of the game. She has been so close to scoring before this that, again, you knew something was going to break through for Matisse. And it does just that. 52nd minute, and they lead it 3-0. Golden Eagles hustling back onto the defense with 37 minutes to go. Now you're really going to see the desperation beginning to come from Casper. (3-0) as Golden Eagles have a set piece formed by Casper, right side, headed up into the air in front of the net. Still in danger, big bounce, and Kershaw watches that one get taken out by the wind and by the spin on the ball. And the Golden Eagles will watch it go to a corner kick for Casper over on the far side. Near shot once again. Kershaw drops down to try and save that one. Freed out to the right side, and they'll trip the defense this time, getting the ball away from pressure. As a throw-in goes to Casper. It's going to be sent out wide, and a throw-in this time goes to the Golden Eagles. Popped up once again to the near side. Notnerus makes the run to it. Long run around. Macy Woolcock. Off of the shins of one of the Casper Thunderbirds, can't quite get it in. Back up into the middle. There's Taylor Miller. Back over to Woolcock. She gets another chance. That one just a bit underneath her foot, kind of sand wedges over the top of the goal and out of play for another goal kick for the Casper College Thunderbirds. But 3-0. A little trip in front right now over Casper College, who just hasn't seemed to have the answer consistently. They've had a couple of breaks, but nothing really so solid when it comes to the attack. On near side, Woolcock. Sees this one rolled back middle of the field. Taylor Miller hounds around the attack of Sophia Henley. Drop back to the left side. Now rolled back over to the right. Reagan Peterson comes forward for Casper to try and give some help from the attacking half, and that'll give them the possession as they keep the move going forward. Subs getting set to come on. 3 of them for Casper, 1 for L Tripp. Sophie Osmond will head on to the field. For Casper, it's Emma Getz, Sarah Seller, and Caden Hyder. Golden Eagles will see Delaney Notnerus come off the field as well, and Jackie Stokes will sub onto the field for her. Notnerus has been putting in some good minutes as well in the defense. The whole defense for the Golden Eagles, again, the last 4.5 games plus with 33 minutes to go in this one have really shown off the medal for this team. Left side, Casper still holding on to it. Sends one rolling middle for Sydney Hyatt. Golden Eagles have it pinball off a few of them. Sophie Osmond comes away from the scrum with the ball, sees open space on the left side, gets it to Jackie Stokes on the run. Jackie's got a shot at the top of the box, and it's going to roll off of the keeper and short of the net. A little bit lackadaisical by Swain getting back to the ball, but she survives. It was really just a one-on-one to get to the keeper there for Matisse. Got around her defender and then took the swing. Casper trying to use the wind, which is now at their backs, to get the ball down the field a little bit quicker, and it rolls beyond them too quickly and out of play for a goal kick for Kiara Kershaw. 3-0. Golden Eagles in front. Kershaw sends it to the near side. Stokes gets to it. Crosses this one to the body of Kuhn. Kuhn shows the jet. She puts one out in front of her. A little bit rough on the touch off of the foot, and that allowed Swain to get there first. But another good look by the Golden Eagles, setting up a one-on-one with their speedster up front. Casper, as I said, uses the wind on their free kick, on their push up the field. And that one goes off of the head of, I believe, Ellie Williams to set up another corner kick for Casper with 31 minutes and 31 seconds to go. Casper will send Brielle Valentine to take the corner from the far side. Old Trip loads up the box with their defense. Casper putting everybody into the box, not really making much of a run on this one. Now they load up the top a little bit more. They'll go to the near post, to the corner, and header away by the Golden Eagles. Header or a punch, I couldn't really see once it got all tangled up in there. And the ball is going to be kept by Casper's. They try to continue to possess it. Everywhere you look, though, there's a golden and blue uniform, and that's what you want to see, the swarming defense by L. Tripp. Caroline Kuhn floats one back over to the near side. Jackie Stokes escorts that one out of play, and to the near side, it'll be another L. Tripp throw, and as Casper was just trying to buy some time to get some numbers to drop back, Reagan Adair tosses the ball to Stokes for the throw. Hanson. Now Dare has it go off of her foot. Out of play. And a ball out of play off of the top of the shelters on the left side as Casper keeps possession again on another throw. This one jumped into the box, and Kiara Kershaw will wait for the bounce, picks it up, and with under 30 to go, roll back the other way with Kershaw punting this one on a line drive, trying to keep it out of the wind. Smart play there by Kershaw. Sophie Osmond wins the battle for the ball on the midfield stripe. Sees some space up ahead from Miller. Miller punches one forward, but a little bit too quick. Matisse Lorton hadn't quite released on her break yet. As the ball is rolled out to the left, Casper will take it on the sideline. Ball rolled along the sideline still as Kuhn has a little bit of a pop off of her foot. Couldn't settle it quite quickly as she wanted to. Casper will take that advantage and they'll let this one go out of play. And Caroline will have another throw coming forward. No, this one will be a throw, or will it be a free kick? This one looks like it is going to be a... See how Grease handles it. Can't really see the sideline over on there where they have it. They are going to give them the free kick. I was thinking that they were going to call the foul there. So Grease will place the ball with 28 minutes and change to go. And Lorton will, or excuse me, Grease will throw this second one in now. Sophie Osmond taking the turn into it. Gets it up ahead to Stokes. Jackie from the left side tries to turn into a box and ends up running into the legs of Brielle Valentine. Left side edge, header away. Over to the right, Whitney Hansen tries to dump one back in. And the ball gets released back and away. Reagan Adair gets to it first, though, and she keeps the pressure in on the attacking half for the Golden Eagles. Delaney Notnurse getting set to check back in. 3-0 L. Tripp on top. Sorry, we haven't updated the score for that in a little bit. Get that taken care of. Those of you watching online. After the strike by Matisse Lorton back in the 52nd minute, broke open the scoring for the Golden Eagles. Casper trying, or second half scoring, I should say. They already had picked up some important goals from both Caroline Kuhn and Taylor Miller. Caroline Kuhn helping with both of them. She earned the penalty kick while Miller took the attempt. As Sophie Osmond subs off the field again for Delaney Notnurse. 28:31 to go. Ball goes middle of the field. Casper's going to play it out wide to the near edge. Middle of the field, middle of the half on the defensive edge. Golden Eagles chase this one back down. Jackie Stokes settles down. Casper keeps on having to retreat, though. The time's starting to wind down for them to get back into this game. The way that the defense has played for the Golden Eagles, 3 goals is going to take some time to get to as the ball startles a couple of the girls on the Golden Eagles sideline. Dropped right over into the front, kind of pooched right to the bench, and L Tripp will use the opportunity to sub. Matisse takes a breather onto the bench. Macy Woolcock returns onto the field of play as the ball is going to be cleared by Casper after a brief attack by L Tripp. Delaney Notneris has the ball to herself, chases it down on the near side, and throw is going to go to Casper. He's coming over to make the throw, Reagan Peterson. No, she's going to dump the ball off, and it'll be Brielle Valentine to make the throw. 25 minutes to go, with the Golden Eagles looking for another clean sheet for Kiara Kershaw and for their team, their 5th straight. That is a big storyline moving forward in this one, because this team defensively has been immaculate almost all season. Only gave up 2 goals to Iowa Western in the beginning of the year. Only gave up 2 goals to Eastern Florida in the beginning of the year. And aside from a couple of 3-goal games that they had in Kansas against Coffeyville and Butler, Coffeyville, by the way, in the top 20, Butler, I believe, still in the top 20 as well, they have not surrendered more than 2 goals in any game this year through the 9 that they've played. That's game number 10. Doubleheaders every weekend so far for the Golden Eagles, and another long road trip for them next weekend. They're going to be over in New York, taking on Monroe Community College and Rochester and Harford Community College, the Fighting Owls. How's that for a name? Fighting Owls. See how the Eagles and Owls do when they battle against each other in that one. Those 2 games are going to be big, though, for the Golden Eagles to be measuring sticks moving forward. Corner kick here for Casper. 24 minutes to go, 23:50 to be exact. As they'll line up for that corner. Run up comes from Brielle Valentine in, and a good job getting to the front of the box first by Kiara Kershaw to punch the ball away. L Tripp will still have work to do, but they do it with Valentine being deflected out of play by, it looks like, Jackie Stokes. Still a throw-in coming up for Casper, but they throw it almost directly to Taylor Miller, and now Stokes just clears the ball up towards the midfield stripe. Casper cuts it off first. Sydney Hyatt, top of the box, ends up losing possession as Hansen boxes her out. Notners comes up to the ball. It'll be Woolcock playing the ball out into space for Taylor Miller. Right side. Golden Eagles will build some numbers forward. Miller crosses one in, looking for Woolcock, but it's in front of the cut. And the goalkeeper able to handle that one easily as Rebecca Swain scoops up the loose ball. 22 minutes and change to go. Another minute is ticked off, and the Golden Eagles looking like they're going to come away with another win. Caroline Kuhn to Woolcock. Ball gets rolled out to the right side, and Kuhn watches this one go out of play. They'll say off of Casper, another throw for L Tripp. Right sideline. Big boot into it, another cross trying to get that one to Woolcock, making the run to the front edge of the box, and ends up picked up by Swain. Up ahead, Notneris possesses. Spins right. Taylor Miller picks it up. Surveys. Tries the left this time. Tried the right last time, going to the other opposite way. They tried middle right and now left. And it's Jackie Stokes winning a run, and she's going to send this one off of the legs of a Casper College defender, and it's going to be Golden Eagle corner. Golden Eagles will send Stokes to take the corner. She takes it on the left side. Load up the far side of the box, looking to make that run into the momentum of the ball. Wolcock makes the first run, and a second run sees a header just missed. I believe that was Whitney Hansen who got there first, and now another shot sent over the top of the net by the Golden Eagles from the right side. But another good look by L. Tripp, just not able to get anything quite onto the net, and L. Tripp will have to stay content with their 3-0 lead for the time being. Swain will set it up for the goal kick after some subs. 3 of them come on for the Casper College Thunderbirds. Off of the field, Reagan Peterson and Sydney Hyatt, as well as Sarah Sella. Casper will try and take advantage of the wind to roll the ball forward quickly. Golden Eagles respond pretty easily and handily to the ball. Taken down to the left corner. Crosser tried. Nope, not going to happen there. Delaney Notneris has it ripped away from her, and Golden Eagles will just clear this one out of play for a throw. Allows the defense to settle. Throw goes short. Taylor Miller hounding around the attacker for the Casper College Thunderbirds. Sees it go back to the middle. Ball crossed by Amber Height. Golden Eagles will respond, though, and put it back to the midfield stripe. That's their goal. Just keep it around that midfield or in the attacking half for yourself. Don't give any easy opportunities to the Thunderbirds in a row either. That's the other thing. You can give up a goal right now. You don't want to, obviously, as Kershaw makes a save on a shot towards the near post, far post, I should say, from our vantage point. You want to keep that one in front of her, and with 19:27 to go, she'll put another foot into it. This one ends up rolling and bouncing off of a Thunderbird. That is Cessia Swain. Swain drops it back as Casper brings it forward again. Trying to send one into the right corner. They're going to outpace their entire offense, and out of bounds it goes. Another goal kick for L. Tripp. Kiara will place this one down, takes her time doing it. 18 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Goal kick, deflected out of play, stays L. Tripp ball, subs on. Sophie Osmond back onto the field. First time we get to say Peyton Olison's name today, the sophomore from Loveland, Colorado, heading out there onto the field. And it'll be Reagan Adair to make the throw this time. Off of Osmond's head. In the middle of the field, Taylor Miller. Goes to the midfield stripe, tries a through ball. That's going to be deflected away by Amber Height. And eventually, the Golden Eagles will get it over to Olison. Peyton looking for a crosser, gets it short to Kuhn. A little bit out in front of her. Kuhn ends up getting the ball, still puts one on net, and that one saved in front of the goal by Rebecca Swain. Another shot by Carolyn Kuhn. It just ends up missing. Another goal for the Golden Eagles after being well handled by Swain. 17:41 to go. Kuhn to the near side for Olison. Sprints forward down that left sideline. Looking for a crosser again. Eagles getting some numbers forward into the box to help her out, and she'll end up sending this one as a goal kick as she couldn't quite slow up her momentum. Once she got to the end line, the ball just kept tailing away from her. Might have been hoping the wind was going to knock that down a little bit more. Over to the Thunderbirds it goes for a deep ball. This one top of the box, and Kershaw again will win the race to the ball. Sarah Sella was again the attacker forward on that one. Where's that Getz? That might be Getz too. Trying to pick up if that's a 38 or a 35 on the back of the jersey. Might be a 33. That could have been Tessa Hyde over on the right side. Golden Eagles will clear the ball out of play regardless to slow things down for Casper. 16 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. As L. Tripp trying to slow the pace of this game down. You get the feeling that they're just trying to still wanted to score, but they're fine with the pace that isn't quite as aggressive onto the attacking half against them. They want to keep it nice and easy and nice and gentle. Take your opportunities when you get them, and they've had plenty of them. As Casper trying to throw a few numbers forward, they've still countered well, as they'll trip. Again, it will go to Casper. Navarro drops the ball off. Trying to get it back to Navarro. Deflection by the Golden Eagles and Sophie Osman. Ball ends up at the feet of Hansen. Hansen gets it back again and ends up being tackled away from the ball by Navarro, and the Golden Eagles just clear this one down the right side. Aaron Grease putting the right foot into that one. Down to 15.5 minutes to go. And we'll have subs check on as Gracie Lopez, the sophomore out of Broomfield, will head onto the field, replacing Taylor Miller. Taylor putting in good minutes. We got the goal from her already, the freshman midfielder right here from Cheyenne. Get a gesture of appreciation from Coach Gardner and head over to the bench as the Golden Eagles again put a ball forward. That time it was Macy Woolcock making the run. She'll stay in front of the keeper, forcing her to punt it around her. Wynn carries this one to the midfield stripe, and the ball rolls loose to the near sideline. Chased down there by Alyssa Seach. Dumped back across the midfield stripe for Casper to try and play this one forward. It is number 33 up there. Tessa Hyde takes it. And as it bounces past Caroline Kuhn, spins to her right. Looks ahead, directs a bit of traffic. Scoots one along that ends up short. That's where Kuhn steps in again. Still playing physical. Golden Eagles, I'll say this, as the match has been called very physically, this one, they've started to take advantage of that fact. A nice little move on the right side, slip into the box, and another chance. Left top corner just a bit wide. And Gracie Lopez nearly able to put a shot in herself. Just off of the frame, though. 14:01 to go. Back over to Casper. It goes for a Swain goal kick as Kuhn will sub out. Onto the field for her goes Hannah Cornaby. Cornaby with those bright red shoes, clashing with the blue and gold. She stays up in the attack. And Lopez will come up to pick up the ball, pops one to the far sideline. It's a little bit of a give and go with her teammate over there. And she'll bring this one down into the attacking third. Even with the 18, crosses one into the box. Hannah Cornaby a little bit too deep for that pass, ends up seeing it headed away, and now Casper on the counterattack. They got 4v4. Fifth coming down is Whitney Hansen from behind, tries to chase him down, and a cross into the box is going to really not threaten much. Casper has to play it back to one of their upcoming midfielders, and that one rolls out of play. Kiara Kershaw escorts the ball out of bounds. 12 minutes and 50 seconds to go. And it'll actually be a cross. That was deflected. That's what explains why Kershaw was so adamant about trying to get over to that one. I didn't see the deflection on the initial shot. It will be a corner kick, though, for Casper College. Just 12.5 to go in this one. Again, those chances for Casper to come back starting to dwindle as time dwindles in this game. Scrum in front of the net, and they do finally break through. Ball just kind of sat there in front of the net. And able to drop the score in, I believe, is Amber Height. As that is number, we'll catch the number in a second. It is 24. Came up on the corner from her defensive position, and Height gets the only goal of the game so far for Casper, and it comes in the 77th minute. I know that's not enough for Casper, though. They still trail at 3-1. And the Golden Eagles will restart the action with Delaney Notneris dropping one deep. Casper with a bit of life now after getting that first goal. Ball's going to be sent forward. Notneris off of the chest will place it at her feet, rolls it up to Osman. Sophie recenters, finds a window, has the ball deflected though by just goal-scoring Amber Height. Casper just clears this one away. Excuse me, that was a deep ball coming from Cornaby. I was looking down to catch a number and I missed exactly what happened. Height will head over to the bench, receiving some applause from her Casper teammates. Subbing on for her is going to be Sydney Hyatt, as the forward will move on to the defensive side of things, listed as a forward, but playing more midfield defense as the Casper Thunderbirds trying to get a few more attackers up there onto the field with 11 minutes and change to go. Deep ball right side, Sophie plays this to the right wing, and that's just out of the reach of a sprinting attempt, I believe, by Olesen on that far side. And it'll be a throw-in coming up for Casper. Subs on for Casper as well. That's Tessa Hyde coming off for Sarah Sella. And the Thunderbirds throw one short. Osmond comes over, gets it to Cornaby. Handed to the left, just a little bit too high for Macy Woolcock, and that one sails out of bounds. And with 10:30 to go, another sub on for Casper, trying to bring that life. They got their attackers a little bit of a breather. Now Caden Hyder returns to the field, and she will sub out there for Grace Connor. Trying to get a little bit of a breather for some of your attackers, but also adding more offense out there are the Thunderbirds, as they've got 10 minutes to try and make some headway on this windy day in Cheyenne, as the wind once more picking up here in the final few minutes of this contest. Ball around midfield, Notnerus drops it back. Ward trying to clear the ball. Got eaten up by the turf monster a bit there, and Casper still with some opportunities, but Ellie Williams comes up just for the clearance. Picked up by Woolcock. She dribbles her way through a couple of Thunderbirds, finds some space with Hannah Cornaby. Cornaby with the left foot, chips one over the top, and nearly finds the top of the crossbar again, but just a bit too much. You were hoping the wind was going to knock that one down, but it just would not quite settle that ball through, and at 9 minutes and 21 seconds to go, the lead remains 3-1. So Casper gets the ball back with a goal kick, headed back forward by Delaney Notnerus. Kuhn over to Cornaby, back to Kuhn, but it was behind her, and Casper is able to punch this one away and clear it over the head of Reagan Adair near the sideline, and Adair will help escort that one out of play. Reagan looks for a throw-in and gets it to Williams. Ellie with the right foot spins one over the midfield stripe. Gracie Lopez gotten away with a handball there, but kept and held on to by Casper as they push one forward anyways. Taken by Navarro. Giselle moves it and reverses it back to the right side. Deep shot attempt is threatening the outside edge, and Casper charges forward for another opportunity on the rebound after it was deflected away by Kershaw. And the rebound goes up over the top, and a collision inside of the box between Navarro and Kiara Kershaw. We'll have Kiara shaken up a little bit as the clock stops with 8 minutes and 15 seconds to go. So Kershaw looks like she's going to be all right. Trying to walk this one off, and she'll spin the ball out in front as the Golden Eagles get the goal kick. We'll see if they call the subs on or if they just go play on, and they go play on. Two subs getting set to come on for the Golden Eagles. It's that is Abby Williams and Whitney Hansen getting set to return. Golden Eagles clear to the defensive third of Casper. Kuhn making a deep run to it, forces the ball to just be cleared to the left side by Brenna Bronson, and with 7:56 to go, clock runs, and the Golden Eagles will make that sub. Osmond will come off of the field for a bit. And also heading to the near side is going to be Peyton Olesen after some good minutes off of the bench. 7 minutes and 38 seconds to go as the clock runs from a 5-1 start in Region 9 play for El Trip. And knocking off the undefeated 4-0 Casper Thunderbirds. The reason Casper isn't 5-0 coming into this one is they didn't play Otero. That game got canceled. Notneris drops the ball off. She will end up seeing it to Ellie Williams as you hear the clear it from the El Trip bench to get that ball free. Gracie Lopez will send one up ahead to Caroline Kuhn. Kuhn chases it down into the right corner. Crosser into the box. Keeper sees that one off of her gloves and was behind the net, I guess, when she got the gloves on it. So that's why they're going to give her the goal kick. Tough to see from this angle, but got to trust the assistant referee there on the far side with that one. 6:40 to go. Still 3-1. Down to crunch time for the Golden Eagles. Again, you have that cushion of a 2-goal lead at the moment. But Casper's come close to that second goal of the game earlier and is looking for another opportunity to make that run. So the Golden Eagles got to stay on their toes and aware. Taken deep to the left side. Crosser goes over the top. Headed short to the left corner. Nearly finds the net. So close to getting that one to fall through as Abby Williams got the opportunity that time and ends up just rolling wide. Gracie Lopez will sub off of the field. Jackie Stokes returns for El Trip. Again, with a little bit of pressure, getting some of those starters back onto the field for the Golden Eagles. Jackie Stokes chases it to the near side as Casper tries a deep through ball. That will be all the way to Kershaw. It was going to be offsides anyways. As Sella made a run a little bit too quick. But either way, Kershaw gets the chance to punt. Big bounce around the midfield stripe as the wind dies down for a moment. We were fielded by Casper first. They try and dump one in again, but Grease gets to that ball first. Williams to the left side. And freed by Ward along the sidelines. Kuhn gets a foot onto it. Able to slow things up a little bit from Casper. They go back to that left side. And Navarro trying to find a crosser. Gets one into the top of the box. But the Golden Eagles get there first with Jackie Stokes just sending this one back to midfield. Quick run back into the box by Casper. With 4 minutes and 44 seconds remaining. Sees the ball sent along the right side. Cameron Harris trying to make a run for Casper. Along that sideline, hounded away from the ball by Reagan Adair. And Reagan moves the ball up forward, and it goes off Abby Williams out of play for a throw for Casper. Casper will look to the sideline still with Valentine. 4 minutes and 18 seconds to go. As the Golden Eagles continue to fight for that win. Down to 4 minutes to go. Another corner, though, for Casper. This is where they got their last one on a rebound that just kind of got stuck in front of the net and was powered into the back in the scrum. Corner will be taken by Sydney Hyatt. Signals ahead. And the crosser is going to be handled by Kiara Kershaw. Great job getting to that one first. It got off of the head, but not really a hard header, and Kershaw was able to jump onto the bounce to move this ball deep and up. She'll send this one well past the midfield stripe, over the midfield circle, in fact. Hannah Cornaby redirects that one to the right side edge, and there'll be a throw-in for El Trip, actually. I thought that was going to be a throw-in for Casper, but they said it was off of the foot of, was not deflected, actually. It just went off of Casper, and another one goes off of Casper for another El Trip throw. 3 minutes to go in the game as El Trip will bring Aaron Grease forward to make the throw, and so pause for a moment by the head official, and now the action resumes. That one's going to go out of play to El Trip again. Grease throws it to Kuhn, and that's going to go back out now, to Casper as they reverse the decision. So Casper's going to have a free kick. That's what they were trying to say. Offsides on the Golden Eagles on the far side. As the assistant referee made the call, ball is played forward to the midfield stripe by Casper. Thunderbirds roll one forward. Kershaw again wins the race to the ball at the top of the box. And with 2:26 to go, Kershaw once more can just clear this one deep. High big bounce. Stokes heads this one into the Casper defensive half. Gets to it again as Casper tried to counter. Ball in space. Stokes not going to win the race to it, but it's cleared right over the top of us on the 10. And it'll be a Golden Eagle throw moving forward as Jackie Stokes will get to the ball and make the throw. Taking her time with it, waiting for some numbers to get up. 1:49 seconds to go. Stokes sends one deep, wins, holds it up a little bit. Header goes to Hansen. Hansen still fighting for possession, has it kicked away from her to the top of the box, and Notners comes flying in, and that's going to be a free kick coming up for Casper College. Casper quickly trying to take this one, send some numbers forward. 1:25 to go, a 2-goal lead for the Golden Eagles, and looks like this one's into the books, but you say that and something weird's going to happen. 1:14 seconds to go. Kershaw to send this one away again. Just trying to hold off Casper right now. And really, you don't want to give up that other goal because at some point in time, you don't want to give them any confidence going into a second matchup possibly in the postseason. Now to play, this one's going to be a corner for Abby Williams. Of course, you only play each other once each year in Region 9 play standings. That postseason matchup is going to have a little bit of vengeance on the mind for Casper with 42 seconds to go. This one looks like it's going to be in the books. And it looks like it's going to be an L-Trip win. Abby Williams to take the cross. Quick run up to the ball. Crosser goes in and all the way through everybody. That one's going to roll to the far sideline. 20 seconds remaining in this one. A little bit of window dressings to finish putting on to this one. Grease will pooch one forward into the box again. Open as Cornaby, and she sends one right to the keeper, Swain. And she's able to handle it, punts it away with 3 seconds to go. 2-1 and Horn as the Golden Eagles pick up their 5th straight win, their 5th straight shutout, and they move to 5-5 on the year with a 3-1 victory. That'll do it for this broadcast. Thanks you again for tuning in on the Golden Eagle Athletics Network to a 3-1 win for L-Trip here at home against Casper College in Region 9 action.